Hello everyone, welcome to our new video series on JavaScript, and we are also excited to launch a brand new series on JavaScript, specially crafted for web developers, and at the same time we are keeping on mind for the use cases for the automation testers. I hope this series is going to be very helpful, and at the same time it is going to add some values to your learning journey. So let us see what we are going to learn today in this from this video. And also you can see here in this document that we have listed out what all the topics that we are going to cover in this video. So we'll be starting from very you can say initial part. I'll be hoping that you guys have absolutely from zero level or you have some knowledge, but it is always you can say adding some value if you are learning from zero level, right? So let's what from where I'll be starting what is JavaScript. That is nothing but introduction to JavaScript. What we'll be learning, why to learn JavaScript, right? Why should we know JavaScript? And after that we will also learn why to learn JavaScript, right? Why we should learn JavaScript. And then we'll see what are the some basic setup is required to work with the JavaScript programming, and what are the different platforms that we can try working with JavaScript programming, right? After that we will also see that what are the tools that we can use, right? And we'll see that simple programming with by using JavaScript, so that you guys will get interested working with the JavaScript programming language. Now let's do an introduction to JavaScript. If I say what is JavaScript, right? So the first question we have here, that is a JavaScript, right? If I say what is JavaScript, what is JavaScript? So JavaScript is nothing but a programming language, right? JavaScript is nothing but initially it was not a programming language, but right now we can see JavaScript is a programming language which is, you can see, add interactivity to your web application, right? So we can see JavaScript is a programming language. It is a programming language, programming language, programming language, which we can say used to add interactivity activity interactivity to the to websites. Right now we should know that it is not only restricted to interactivity with the websites, but also not only in the web development but also in the testing cases. It is broadly in use right now, right? So JavaScript has broadened up its area of coverage, its area of usage, right? So there are a lot of area where the people are using JavaScript. Now, before we move further, we have to understand why we call. Let's say I'm assuming you are coming from non-IT background, or absolutely you do not have any experience on programming, right? In that perspective, I'll say I'll want to add couple of things more over here. As I said here, that JavaScript is a programming language, right? Now, one of the question is come to your mind: what is programming language? In very simple, language means it is a medium of communicating to each other, right? What is language? Language is something nothing but I as a person talk to you. I am talking to you. You can understand my what I am speaking, right? So that is but nothing but is a language, means you are talking from one object to another object. How they are speaking, how they are interchanging their you can see they are what they wanted to say, their information, their messages, how they are able to pass to each other, the way they communicate between each other, that is nothing but language. Now when as a human being we have our specific language, right? And also similarly any you can say animals, any birds, they also communicate to each other, like if I say a bird can communicate to another bird, the same type of bird, let's say parrot can sparrow, or you can see crow, or any other birds, right? They can talk to each other, right? So that the way they are talking, that is nothing but called as a language. So similarly, when we call, then what is the programming language? Programming language is nothing but when as a person, we human, I want to speak to a different system like a computer or computational system. This system is do not understand the language we are talking, right? The language we talk. So in order to make this computer system understand our language, there we have some different programming concept is coming to the picture. Those programming language is nothing but there are a lot of programming language like we have C, C++, we have Java, we have Python, and there are n number of, you can hundreds number of hundreds and thousands number of programming language right now in the world, right? So similarly, JavaScript is any one of the scripting language, you can see, which is being used to use for this purpose, right? Script script language. So JavaScript is also considered as one of the programming language. So it is nothing but into that category, right? So this is about the programming language. Now try to understand. We'll be trying to understand a little bit about the history of the JavaScript programming. Okay, so how JavaScript programming come into the picture, and how it is actually growing right in the market. So first, if I talk about the history of JavaScript, let's say history. JavaScript was initially launched at you can say 1995. That is the year when JavaScript was launched. There was a scientist called Brandon H. Okay, Brendin Brandon H. Okay, EICH. Okay, so Brandon is who has the initially founded the JavaScript programming language, and this is initially that JavaScript programming language was launched. It was using with the HTML and CSS, and for web applications, right? We were using with HTML and CSS to add, you can see a different flavor into your browser, right? Different experience into your web pages, right? So that is what we have initially had the JavaScript, and after that it has grown up. It has come up with lot of changes, lot of modification as per changes, right? So right now the JavaScript we are going to learn, that is you can see come up with lot of advanced technique, lot of mm, advanced, you can see way of application, how we are going to use it, right? So yeah, that is about the brief introduction of JavaScript, and that is about the brief history of JavaScript, right? Now one question come into the picture, that why should we learn JavaScript, right? Why should we learn JavaScript, right? Why learn JavaScript? See, you can see more than, I can say that more than 95 or to if I say when more than 97% of website are using JavaScript, right? More than 97% of website are using JavaScript. JS, if I say JS, we can give an example like the major applications, right? We can say Google, even Facebook, we can say YouTube, right? All the major applications and the small application, everywhere wherever you are going, you will be seeing able to see that more major platforms, and all the platforms are being using the JavaScript. So as a web developer, as a full stack developer, it is very uh, a required tool for you, where if you are going to be a full stack developer or web development, right? So JavaScript is the must what you should have, right? So one of the use case like the area, let's discuss about the areas. We can see web development, LOPMENT, right? We can see web development, at the same time mobile development also, mobile apps, right? We can see game development, right? And also we can see um, for tester automation testing, right now automation testing by using the JavaScript is on very trending mode, right? So people are moving to automation testing by using JavaScript or TypeScript. So you can see automation testing is also right now very hugely using right now, right? Automation testers testing. So there are a lot of areas to use cases, the use cases of JavaScript. So that's why JavaScript is very popular right now, and it is a must go for the IT developers, right? IT, you can say software engineers. Okay. Now let's talk about where we can run our JavaScript code, right? Where to write JavaScript code. Or we can talk about where we can use the JavaScript coding. Okay. So if I talk about, or we can say where we can run, or we can say platforms to run the JavaScript code. We can say platforms to run JS code, right? So there are many platforms we can use. One of the platform is like you can go with the browser based console. Okay, you can go to browser based any of the browser, you can see Chrome, Firefox, or you can see Edge browser, and you go to the console, you can write your JavaScript code. At the same time you can write it locally in a locally text files with the file should be always saved as .js extension. Okay, js extension. We can use another platform like online. There are a lot of online, you can see executor are available, so you can all use online platform also. Online platforms, right? I'll show you how to use the you can run your code in browser based console, or we can how to run the code in your text file or in online platform, right? So these are the things we can run. And now let's talk about what the tools, let's see, if you are going to run your test in your local, right, then what are the tools we need to consider about, right? So tools to use, tools required. Let's say you're going to run your test cases in local. So for local execution we need a local server. So in such case, for writing our JS code we'll be taking a node.js server. Here, node.js server. Okay, node server. Okay, so this is one thing we need as a tool to run the code locally. Or if you go for browser based execution, so your browser, let's say Firefox or Chrome browser, they understand the JavaScript inbuilt, right? So we do not need any server there. Okay, but if you are going to run the test case, sorry, run your JavaScript code into your local, then you need a node.js server. Clear? So this is something that we need to make sure that Node.js installed in our system, in Node server is installed in our local, and after that you will be running, right? Now let's talk about the tools for development where you are going to write your code, right? So we can write code directly in the Notepad, right? Directly we can write the code in the Notepad, or we can use the VS Code is the very useful tab, you can say VS Code, right? This is one of the tool which is very word, you can say widely used in the industry, right, for writing code. It is having internal support, and you will be getting lot of uh, you can see code help from there. So this is one of the tool people mostly use for the web development. So you can go ahead with this tool for automation also, it is very useful, right? So these are the tools you can write your code. If you are using notepad and or VS Code, you can use the node.js for running your test cases, or you can say running your code, right? For our tutorial purpose, we will be using VS Code with a Node.js installation in our local. Okay, so I'll show you how to download the node, how to download VS Code and install those. But after that, what we'll do, we'll create just a fast program. Like let's say we can print hello world or something. So I'll display showing those things over here. Right. Let me show you how to download Node.js into your system and VS Code first. So what I'll do, I'll go to the Chrome browser. Let's say this is my Chrome browser, and go to your Google website, and there you can search for Node.js download. Okay. So you can go for Node.js download, go to the official website nodejs.org and go to download option, and here you will get the download option. If you are on Windows, so download that one, or similarly you can change your Windows like Linux or Mac or some other platform, right? You did download it and simply installed it. It is very straightforward. There is no additional you can see things need to be considered. It is very straightforward software. You can just download or install, or you can come to here Node.js and you can directly click on the Node.js download LTS. This is the latest, you can say, stable version. You can download is 22.6, right? After you install this version, you can confirm that installation is completed or not. You can go to your command prompt and you see node-v, you will get the version. If it is showing you the version, then you can see the installation is completed, right? So your no, nothing need to be done, anything. Okay. Now another thing is, if you need to download the VS Code, go to Google again and search for VS Code download. Okay. So come to this first link from the VS Code download, and here also you will be able to choose the which platform you want to run, Windows, Dev, or you can say Mac. So for me it is a Windows. Just click on this link and it will start get downloaded. For me this software is already downloaded and installed, so I am not going to download it again. So once you have downloaded, just install it. It is very straightforward process, like as other software you install in your computer, right? Okay. Okay. Once you are done with the VS Code installation into your software, now you are ready to code. But for now, I will show you how to code into a browser, right? So I'll go to one of the tab. Let's say this is my blank tab. If you come into this tab and you go to your console window, what you can do, you can right click on this and you can say inspect. It will take you to the development window. This is the developer window. Or you can in this, as a shortcut, you can press on Control Shift and I key. So if you press on Control Shift and I, you will also get the same. Or even you can directly click on the F12. Okay, you click on the F12, so it will be taking you to this development window. Here there are different tabs. You can see elements, console, sources, network, right? So you have to come to the console window, and this is the place where you can write your JavaScript code, okay, in browser mode. So if you write your JavaScript code here in the browser mode, it will display here whatever you are going to write, right? Let me write one of the code. Let's say I say console and I say dot log. Here in JavaScript, whatever you are going to print onto the screen, you have to use the console dot log. Okay. Similar way, we, let's say, for if I talk about Java, right, we have to use system dot out dot println. But if I talk about Python, we have to use the print statement, right? So here in JavaScript, we have to use console dot log. So whatever you want to print, uh, you can pass the data over here instead of within the double braces. So if you're passing any text, so you have to use the double parenthesis. If you're passing any variable, You do not need this double quote. That will come to later, but right now let me just say I want to print hello world, right? The same program every programming language person do, right, in the as their initial program. So if I do this, you can see we are getting output as a hello world. So this is how JavaScript we can use in the browser console. Even if, let's see, um, you can have variable declared. Let's see, I can say name is equal to, I'm giving my name, let's say Saddam, right? So this is the name, this is the variable I have declared over here. How to declare, what is the type, is what is the type of the variable, those things will be coming later. But for now, just say I am declaring a variable called name is equal to Saddam, and at the next line I want to print it, right? So I have to say console, and I say log, and I want to print this name, let's say name, right? So if I say, you can see we are getting the output, right? So this is how you can see we can use the we can utilize the browser console window to write our code, right? Now there is another way to write the code, that is nothing but VS Code. So how can we work with the VS Code? For working with the VS Code, let's say I'm going to create a folder in my desktop, and after that we'll be using that folder as a project, right? Let's say I'm creating a folder quickly, so I'm giving a name, let's say um JS practice, right? I'm going inside of this, so I'll take a, let's say, command window over here, and I'll open VS Code into this particular with this project, right? So to open VS Code from this to this particular location, to this project folder, there is a shortcut. If you open the command prompt, or if you open any PowerShell, or the terminal, if you go to the location of your project and you say code, and then space dot, and hit enter, it will open a VS Code into this location, right? So this is a shortcut to open VS Code into your location. I hope it is clear to you, everyone. So this is shortcut. If you see the directory or the project folder you are there, and after that you say code and space dot, it will open the VS Code into this project. Clear? Now what I'll do, I am there inside of this project VS Code. Okay, so let me introduce you to the VS Code if you guys are not very much clear with the VS Code. So this is the left side panel. You can see this left side panel is nothing but your project structure. You can see the JS practice folder is showing over here, right? So this is nothing but my project right now. That folder is do not having anything, right? So I have a blank folder over here, and this the middle section over here, this is the area where you will be writing your code. Okay, and here you can see the panels are there. This is the project explorer. It will display you the folder structure and all the search area and all. This is the extension area. Whatever the extension you want to add for into your VS Code, you can search it over here and you can add the extensions. Those things you can explore later, but for now let me go and write the code, right? So to write a code, I'll create a first JS file, right? For JavaScript, we need to create a JS file, right? So I'll be simply clicking on this. Here you can see if you want to create a folder, if you want to create a file, we have a option here. This is, if you click on this, it will create a new file into this directory, or if you click on this second icon, it will create a new folder, right? It is understandable. So I'm creating a new file for now. Let's say I'm giving a name. Let's click on demo.js. The JavaScript file extension should be JS, right? This you need to remember, right? So if you add a JavaScript dot demo.js, so you can write your code over here. So if I say console dot log, similar thing I want to write over here, and I'll say hello world. Sorry, so console world, and I'll say hello world, right? So this is the simplest you can see print statement I'm providing over here. I want to run my code, and I want to see in the output. To see the output, I have to go to the terminal, or you can see we are there in that location. So if I go to that location, Let me go to there, and you can see open the terminal in that location. Okay, now we are in that directory. Here you can see, first of all, you can check your node.js version. So node-v, you can see node is installed, so you are ready to use node.js. So we can run this code we have written from the terminal, or you can see from the command prompt, right? So to run, you have to just say node and then call the file name. The file name is demo.js, right? Demo.js. So this is how you will be able to run your code. So if I run it, you can see we are getting the hello world output, right? So this is one way you can use the PowerShell. You can use command prompt, you can use terminal, or even JS code also. VS code also provide as terminal option. If you see over here in this upper side, you can see there is a option called terminal, right? So if you go to new terminal, or there is a shortcut key, you can press on control shift and the tick button, it will open a terminal over here. Can you see that? So this is the window, or you can here you can write your code. Let's say I am saying node, and then I am saying I have to pass the name of the file. So if I say demo.js, right, here you can see we are getting the output hello world, right? So this is how we can write the code in VS Code, and we can get the output here in the terminal, right? So by using Node, we are able to run the code. So congratulations, guys. We are done with the first class and first video, and we are able to see that how to get the output, how to print it, right? So let's see, I'm taking a variable name called, and I'm giving the name as the, right? Thumb. So we can print the name, right? So here I have the name declared as thumb. So if you want to print it, right, so I can use like this way. Now if I run the code once again, let me clear the screen. So if I say node j run node, and you can see it is printing the data, right? So okay guys, we are going to stop this video over here, because this is the initial video. So I just wanted to show you how to, or what all the softwares we need, what is the requirement of JS to run your system, how to use, how to run the code, right? All these things we have learned. In the next video, we are going to deep dive into the JavaScript coding. And till then guys, see you, enjoy, and thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.